So the moment can you visualize the screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
No.
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Now can you see, when you just open your AutoCAD, you can visualize something like this. Okay, this is what you have been working with, which is drafting and annotation. This is drafting and annotation part. In order to switch to your 3D view, how to start with 3D view? Okay, so first you set the units, that is the regular thing with a precision of 0, and then the units are millimeters. Click OK. Then in the bottom part, okay, in the bottom part you can visualize something called as workspace switching. Click on this icon. It will show you something called as 3D modeling. There is a pop-up thing which is called as 3D modeling. Just click on that 3D modeling. You will be switched to 3D modeling. Okay. Now on the top ribbon, all the icons that are present will automatically change. Okay, all the icons which are present will automatically change. Now,
Sir, can you show this step again?
okay, so click on this workspace. Please don't ask any doubts. At the end of the thing, I will repeat it once again because it's been recording. So please don't interrupt me in the between. So click on this workspace setting. Then you have 3D modeling. Click on that. Okay, click on that. Automatically you will be switched to 3D model. Now in this thing we have a pan box which will take you to different views. Okay, so click on the home button. You will be switched to 3D view. Now you can visualize the 3D thing. So now you can see all the things are distributed by equal angle, which is 90 degrees. Okay, XZ you have 90, YZ you have 90, XY you have 90 degrees apart. Okay, the axial position. You can choose any of the view to start your drawing. Okay, I am choosing top view. The moment I switch to top view, it has shown a 2D, but still it's a 3D, right? Okay, you can do this by this particular thing also. Okay, on the left part there is something called as view controls. Click on this. You can see lot of view controls. Okay, most preferred one is southwest isometric. Okay, southwest isometric. Clear? Till here is this thing clear? Now we'll switch to the exercise thing. Okay, so just have a look of the exercise 5. I think I have shared it on the your EG group as well. Okay, so in this, look into the question number 1. Look into the question number 1. Okay, is this thing visible? A cube of side 40 mm rests on the ground with one of its faces. Okay, one of its faces with a vertical face. Inclined to 40 degrees to the wall. Inclined to 40 degrees to the wall. Draw its projections. This is how the problems will be there. Okay, let us copy this problem and then just drop it on the thing. Okay, I prefer top view because the orientation of the thing is in the top view. Okay, the orientation of the thing is in the top view. So this is your question. Just have a look. Okay, I think the question size is a bit low. Just delete it. Okay, so it was given, just have a look, it was given a cube of side length 40. Now switch to the top view because the orientation is like this. The vertical face, one of its vertical face is inclined at 40 degrees to the wall. Okay, 40 degrees to the wall. Here the y-axis is the wall, x-axis is actually considered to be x-plane, is considered to be the floor. Okay, now I am drawing it on the floor, later I will rotate it. Okay, then the first thing is you can switch on the box. Okay, click on the box. In the ribbon there is something called as box. Okay, you can do this question in multiple ways. I am just using a simple way. box. Okay, click on box. You can randomly select any point, then it will ask you for the width, okay, which is 40. Then it will ask you for the length, which is 40. Then it will ask you for the height. Okay, it will ask you for the height. Okay, this way you can do. Okay, this way you can do. Okay, so now I am just able to access the height, which is 40. Cube means all sides 40. So I have drawn it in the top view, but I can visualize this thing only in the isometric view like this. Clear? Any doubt in this? If you are unable to get this thing, you can select in the ribbon. There is something called as visual styles. Click on this. Click on this visual styles. There are different visual styles. Okay. In certain cases, you have to use 2D wireframe. The moment I use 2D wireframe, just have a look. It has turned like this. You can select shades of gray. This is most preferred one because it will give you proper orientation, proper visualization. Now, the next thing is I have to rotate the whole cube by 40 with respect to what? With respect to the face. That is what given in the question. Okay, with the vertical face. So vertical face is this part. Okay, this is the vertical face. You can visualize this is the vertical face. The cursor region is vertical face. Now use the command rotate, R-O-T-A-T-E, rotate. Okay, it will ask you what is the object. So this is the object which I should rotate. Click on enter. It will ask you for the reference. Okay, it will ask you for the base point. So I am just selecting this corner, and to the complete thing I have just I have taken the cursor till the end of the thing. Okay, then it will ask you what is the angle. Okay, specific angle. Use tab and make 40. So the moment you give 40, automatically it will be turned by 40. In the top view you can visualize the angle very clearly. Okay, earlier the top view is like this. Okay, it is exactly okay. Now when I use the rotate command, so I have selected this object, then select this corner, then rotate it by an angle of 40. Okay, since it is in the question, it is given that the vertical side face is 40. Now how can I print this? How can I print this? This is a very important thing. Make sure that you listen to this very carefully. So in order to print this, or in order to get different views, okay, in order to get different views, you have to switch to something called as layout. Okay, you have to switch to something called as layout. For switching the layout, click on view, base, click on base, click on model from space, select this particular model, select this particular object, give an enter, type the layout name. For example, it is question number 1, question number 1's layout, give an enter. It will take you to the screen like this. It will take you to the screen like this. So you just place your object here. Okay, then give an enter, take this object to the next region. Okay, that is your another view. Okay, click on this. Okay, I'll just repeat it once again. View, base, model from space, select this model, give an enter. This is Q1, question number 1, answer. Okay, so front view, top view, side view. You can just drag and click. That's it. This is your axonometric view or the isometric view. Give an enter. So when I just made all these things, automatically it has been generated. Okay, you can see the internal line is a dotted line. This is an invisible line in both the front view and the side view. Since it is oriented with an angle of 40, I can see a dotted line here. Okay, now which things are suitable for annotating them? Okay, which things are suitable for annotating them? Can you just tell me? Which things are suitable? Your top view is suitable for annotating angle. Your front view is suitable for annotating your height. Okay. So click on the annotate. Select a particular linear type of annotation. First mention the endpoints, and give the annotation clearly. Okay, 40. Then use a linear annotation in the first case. Second, align annotation. Select these two endpoints, annotate. Then click on OK. After this, how to make the angle? For making an angle, you have to just draw a reference line from this point, a vertical reference line. Okay. Then click on annotate. Select angle. Select this point and this point. 40 degrees is made. Okay. You can give your text. You can input a text, whatever that is required. You can give a input. For example, I just want to drop like question number 1 or something. Okay. Find out where is the text thing, and you can just drop the thing. Any doubts in this? So coming to question number 2, you got a square prism of base side 35, axis means its height. Okay. 60 mm, lies on the ground with one of its longer edges. Okay. One of its longer edges with its faces parallel to wall. What is the longer edge? Longer edge is its axis height, right? Draw the projections. For this question, how can we have the answer? Okay. Just open your AutoCAD, then go to your model. Okay, what is given in the question? Just make a readout. 35 mm is the base side. Okay, that means we have to start drawing a box. Okay, so switch to the top view for a better understanding. Okay, in this case the questions were given more or less with reference to first quadrant only. The location of the thing is in the first quadrant only. Okay, what is the base side length? Which is 35 cross 35. Okay, so base side is 35 cross 35. Okay, axis height is given as 60. Okay, axis height is given as 60. The moment you give both the side length, it will automatically switch to the height 60. So this is how it will look. This is how it will look. Okay, this is how it will look. So when you are visualizing from the top, it will look something like this. Okay, now what is given in the question is, it is lying on the ground on one of its longer edge. What is an edge in this case? What is edge? This is the edge region. This line is edge region. The cursor is located. So longer edge is what? Longer edge is lies on the ground. Okay, axis of 60, and it is lying on the ground with one of its longer edge. So what is the angle you have to rotate this whole object? You have to rotate it by, this is vertical, so 90 degrees. So it has to be rotated by 90 degrees. So
90 degrees.
Yeah, use the command. Okay, which axis to be rotated by 90? Vertical axis. Vertical axis. Okay.
Y-axis.
Oh, okay. Use the rotate command. Select the object. If I am choosing this axis, it is rotating like this. Okay. So you can switch to any of these views and you can start rotating it. Okay. Or there is a simple option. There is a simple option. That option is called as 3D rotate. Okay. 3D rotate. Select that option. Click on this object. Enter. Okay. So which axis is supposed to be rotated? This is your base point, and it has to be rotated in this particular axis. Okay, this is the axis, right? See, I can select that particular axis and give a 90-degree angle. Okay. Now in the top view, the visualization will be like this, right? So in the question, base 35 mm lies on the ground with its face, okay, with its face, longer edge parallel to the wall. I think we have taken the question wrongly. Longer edge parallel to the wall, this is the orientation. Longer edge parallel to the wall means this is the orientation. Have a look. No need to rotate anything. Longer edge parallel to the wall means this is the orientation. So this is the longer edge, this is the longer edge, and it is parallel to the wall. If I just make one simple wall and base, this is the longer edge which is parallel to the wall. No need to rotate. Okay, right? So again, the process is very simple. Base, model from space, enter. Okay, so it is question number 2. Okay. This is how it looks. Okay, so click on annotation, use standard annotation, which is linear, axis height is 60. Okay, in one thing itself we can finish both the dimensions because the orientation is like that. Okay, if you want further, you can still make a linear dimension for the top view also. Okay. So I'll just drop one multi-leader in order to make you understand. This is your front view. Don't do it in your question. This is your top view. This is only for your understanding. This is your side view. Which side view is this? This is your isometric. Okay, right? So you can just directly save this. Okay, you can save this or export this into PDF. So export to PDF, click on this. It will ask you for window. Okay, you just select window and then save it. So export, current layout, page setup. Okay, click on for manufacturing. So I'm just using some basic thing. So drawing 1, click OK. So it's been saved, okay, on the desktop. See, so the drawing is visualize it like this. Okay, you can drop your roll number and name in order to make it more clear. Okay, question number you can make on the bottom, you can make the question number 2 or something like this, and then followed by your roll number. So you can make a PDF out of all these things. Okay, let us switch to the question number 3. Okay, hexagonal prism. So how many sides does a hexagon have? Sorry?
6, sir.
6 sides.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So hexagon will have 6 sides. Okay, it is having an axis height of almost like 60 mm, rests on the ground with one of its base parallel to the wall. What do you mean by one of its base parallel to the wall? It is resting on the ground with one of its base parallel to the wall. We have just misinterpreted the question number 2, right? The same way, you just have a clear idea. Now here we have to ensure what is the base side. What do you mean by base side? Base side parallel to the wall.
Sir, the hexagonal is side.
Sir, the side next to base.
Okay. Okay. What do you mean by the side parallel to the wall? Side base or base side parallel to the wall. So for the question number 4, just have a look. Hexagonal prism of base side 30 and axis 60 resting on the ground with one of its base side parallel to the wall. Draw its projections, draw the projections of the prism and determine the true length of the longest diagonal. Longest diagonal is from one corner to another corner. If you draw a diagonal, what is the true length? Okay, how we can visualize the true length? Okay, first let us draw the figure. So click on home, then type the command polygon. Okay, polygon. So click on polygon. How many sides it got? 6. Okay, number of sides are 6. What is the side length? So in order to switch to side length, click on edge. Okay, click on edge. Select any point. Select any point. Okay. What is the side length that is given in the question? Side length is 35 mm. So click on 35.
35.
Okay, click on 35. Okay. So this is your polygon that you got. Okay. Use command move and adjust it in such a way that it is okay. Now what you have to do is the base side, this side, okay, this side is parallel to the wall. Okay, first thing is you rotate it at this level itself. Okay, select this object, then in order to get the parallelness, you draw a line. Okay, you draw a line, make sure the ortho is on. So draw a line which is vertical to the thing. Okay, which is vertical to the thing. Extend it because this line is parallel to the wall, isn't it? Okay, this is your reference line. Then you give a rotate. Rotate this object. Select the base point. Select this as the base point, and this make sure the ortho off. Tell me, what is the side length that is given? It is 20 mm. Okay, it is 20 mm. Okay, it is 20 mm. So in the top view you can visualize this. So use move command and move this object to a different place for a better understanding. So in the question it is also clearly given that it's one of its edges. Okay, one of its edges of the base. It is not mentioned which base it is. It could be a top base or it could be a bottom base. Since it is a prism, okay, so the biggest advantage of prism is all the lines, all the sides are parallel. Your bottom base and top base are at an offset height, okay, with parallel lines. Okay, with parallel lines. So use the rotate command. Use the rotate command, but before that use a line which is parallel to the wall. Okay, which is parallel to the wall. Okay, then we can make an angle very easily. Okay, this is the reference line. Okay, now let us measure what is the angle. Now what is the angle? If the angle is correct, we need not to move it. Okay, just measure the angle now. So between this line and this line, what is the angle? Okay, it is 53, which is wrong. Okay, it should be how much?
30 degree.
30 degree. Okay, now use the command rotate. Rotate the object. This is the object. Select the base point. Okay, select the base point. This is the base point with an angle of 30. Okay, now you just measure what is the angle now. Okay, then only you can easily understand. So you keep measuring so that it is still wrong. Okay, it is still wrong because initially we have made it very wrongly. So now what you do is you rotate it by exactly this particular thing. This is the base point with this. Just a second. still there is some ambiguity. Make sure that these both the lines are coinciding. Okay, later you can rotate it by 30 degrees. Right. Now if you just move this line here and measure the angle, it should be 30. Okay, unless and until you get 30, don't do it. Still it is wrong.
Sir, in the
Still it is wrong. Okay, make sure one of its I'll try finding with the other edge also. If it is given only one edge. Okay,
sir, there is not written anything that it should be parallel. So can't we move this line?
No. See, it is written very clearly that the base is inclined 30 degree to the wall. Okay, I am assuming this as wall. It should be 30 degree with respect to wall. Let us find out the other part. Here it is 30. Okay, this side it is not showing 30, but this side it is showing 30. Okay, it is also correct. Right, you have to find out, because two lines are intact with the wall, so make sure at least one thing is 30 degrees. Okay, now you can delete this and start extruding it to a height of, what is the axis height? Axis height is 35
millimeters.
Okay,
35
millimeters. So click on extrude, select the object. What is the height? 35. Clear? Now in order to visualize the 2D part, okay, you can use the wireframe, but we have to visualize 3D. So this is it. Repeat the same process. View, base, model from space. Select the object, which is question number 4. Here it is given as which side view? Right side view. In first angle projection, right side will be on the left side of your front view. Okay, so first you start it from here. Okay, enter. This is right side view, then this is your top view, this is your isometric. Make sure you follow this, if not your problem is wrong. Okay, in the front view you can visualize only the height, so you just give an annotation of the height, which is 35. Okay, then you draw a reference line in order to make the angle. Since it is the bottom part, so I am just drawing it in the bottom part. Sorry. Click on angular. Okay, now see, when I switch it to the right side view, the angle has been changed. Please make a note. Okay, then align the dimension for the side length, which is 20. Okay, then here you cannot measure anything. This is the question, right? Any other doubts you got? Okay, I just use this as the reference line and then started executing this. Okay, right, now this side, base side, is parallel to the wall. Now see, this is just a 2D entity, isn't it? This is just a 2D entity. Now you have to make it as a 3D entity. So in order to do that, click on the command extrude. Okay, click on the command extrude, select extrude, select this object to be extruded. It will ask you what is the height. What is the axis height that is given in the question? What is the axis height that
60, sir.
60. Okay,
60.
select 60, give an enter. Automatically it will extrude to a height of 60. But in order to visualize it as a 3D figure, use shades of gray. This is your actual figure, right? Right, the top view is, it's very much clear. So the base side is parallel to the wall. Okay, base side is parallel to the wall. So again, follow the same thing, which is view, base, model from space, select the object, which is question number 3. So once you click on this layout, after placing the object, give an enter, then you can switch to different views. Okay, now is this thing clear? Right, is this thing clear? Now, which diagonal will give you maximum length, maximum true length? This one. In the side view only you can get the maximum true diagonal's length. So first thing is you draw a diagonal using the line, okay, from this corner to this corner. Find out what is the length, okay. Right, so let us start annotating all these things. So use linear. One side would be sufficient for the side length, which is 35. Then again the height is this thing, 60. So use aligned dimension for finding out what is the length of the thing. Okay, 92 point something you got. Okay, 92 point something you got. Okay, ensure the position of the object is very much clear. You can just click, you can click on the figure and then you can just move it wherever you want. Right, just adjust it accordingly. So this is your projection for question number 4. Okay, let us move on to the question number that is for question number 3. Question number 4, draw the front, top and right side views. Okay, right side view means it should be present on the left side. It should be present on the left side. While creating the layout, we have to take care. Okay, since we are going with first angle projection, we have to be very cautious. Okay, so draw the front, top, right side views of pentagonal prism of, it's a prism of base 20 mm. Okay, pentagonal prism, and axis height 35. When it is resting on the floor with its base, with one of its edges inclined at one of its edge. Okay, one of its edge is inclined at 30 degrees to the wall. Okay, 30 degrees to the wall. First let us start making this question. Click on units. Okay, so now have a look. Switch to 3D modeling. Click on home button, then top view. Okay, do this so that you can start with the top view first. What is given in the question? It's a pentagon. So type the command polygon. Okay, how many sides for a pentagon? It's 5. Click on edge method. Okay, so start any point. What is the side length?